Hello. Welcome. How is it going? Naked Racing, good to see ya. What's cracking? It's cracking. I'm cracking. We cracking. We're all cracking.
Hello there.
Hello there, Clockwork. How's it going? Welcome to stream. I literally just got off work. So I am kind of little all over the place right now. I think I need to take a moment to decompress. We're cracking? What kind of communism is this? I mean, I didn't bring politics into it. You did. I think that Kraken is a state of distress. You know? Kraken. Oh my gosh, Musa, when did you do that?
Hello there.
Stockholm Syndrome is a proposed condition or theory that tries to explain why hostages sometimes develop psychological bonds with their captors. You're going to want to change that to be a different trigger, like command name, because I will not have such slander on Oblivion. What's up? Hey, Bitebeat, how's it going? Hello there. The public is allowed to crack under all economic and political systems. Exactly. We all kraken sometimes. It's kind of nuts. Sorry, I don't need to be so disappointed when I talk about my plans for like Kraken lore, because I haven't been able to execute on any of it. But the story of Kraken is very relatable to me, because I guess it is my story. But you know, I made up the story and then I was like, wait, that's like my life. So, hope you'll be all right. Yeah, I mean everything's fine. Everything's good. Nothing new has been seen under the sun. Tech has been mean to me. Sorry to hear that. Tech has been mean to me as well. Expert mode. Oh, got it. Expert mode Oblivion isn't as bad as I thought. The barrel of Todd's gun pokes you from outside the green screen. That's, you know, that's a good point. That's a good point. Although it's 20 years ago, Todd. First, my electronics blow their LEDs apart. Then my 3D printer was being weird as hell. Sounds like a very 3D printer of your 3D printer to be weird as hell. Todd has only one gun and it shoots Skyrim re-release bullets. That's so real. I mean, I can't blame him. I bought it how many times? I bought it on PC. I bought it on 360. I bought it on PS3. Because I was a GameStop employee and I had access to a discounted copy. And I was like, well, why not? Why not play it on a PS3? Like, that made me interested in, like, playing it again. And I was like, I want to play it again. And I don't want to play the save that I have. And then I don't know. I don't know why I bought it on PS3 when I had it on 360 and PC already. And then Special Edition came out, and I bought that on PC. And then VR Edition came out, and I bought that on PC. That we're up to 5. I'm pretty sure... No, I bought it on the Switch. I bought it on the Switch. I did buy it on the Switch. So that's 6. I was like, I'll have it on the Switch, because then I could play Skyrim and only have one console. That I played it for like an hour, and that's it. On the Switch, it's not that good. So like, I'm not that bad. I've only bought it 6 times. Skyrim Special Deluxe Premium Pro Max 2026 $89.99. Yeah, I mean, now available on Apple TV. Apple TV. I hate Apple TV right now. We're beefing. I don't own Apple TV. And I just saw the announcement for the Murderbot TV show. Or what show, I guess. And if you guys have never read the Murderbot, I think it's Murderbot Diaries. It might just be Murderbot series. It's excellent. It's basically what happens if an android computer robot person hacks itself to gain sentience, hide itself from everybody else, continues to do its job, but downloads internet shows and like anime and other things into its brain to keep it like from going insane. So like it basically uses the internet it becomes an internet person, like a person on the internet. And then like something happens with his clients that he likes. I don't know if they actually gendered him, but whatever. That he has to break out and like actually like reveal to people that he's sentient and can make his own decisions and isn't like a bot. Apple TV has the best sci-fi on TV right now by far. Yeah, I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed because I'm not getting Apple TV. I have one Apple device and it's an iPad and it's like charged for maybe a couple hours a month on average, and that's like across a year. I see so many awesome looking shows that are Apple TV exclusive. Yeah, that's two. Ted Far something. Fargo? I don't remember the name of the show. Ted Lasso, that's what it is. Yes, Ted Lasso I saw and I was interested in. And I was like, damn, I wish I could watch that. And I was like, whatever, I don't care. And now Murderbot. And like, it just makes me want to go read Murderbot series all over again. Which I'm not, because I'm reading a different new series. Which sounds kind of generic, but I'm liking it so far. It's called The Assassin's Apprentice. And the series name is Farseer Trilogy by Robin Hobb. I saw good things about Robin Hobb's writing style. And I was like, I kind of need a break from Brandon Sanderson books that aren't Stormlight Chronicles. So I'm gonna go read that for now. So Silo is great. Yeah, I saw Silo and I was interested in reading Silo, but I never got around to it. And so I was like, maybe I'll just watch the show, but Apple TV. Severance is amazing. I have heard people mention Severance, but never in a context that actually tells me what it's about. So I don't care about that one yet. I'm so afraid they're going to frick it up, but I'll swear later. But to be fair, I don't have an Apple TV, so I'll live vicariously. Can't you play Apple TV on any Apple device? Oh, Silo's on sale for $4. Nice. I hate all the service exclusive shows. Streaming was supposed to destroy the cable networks, not join them. Yes. Yeah, and that's like part of the problem. I unsubscribed from Hulu. I still have Netflix, which, you know, speaking of Stockholm syndrome. That being said, I've actually used Netflix in the last month more than I have in the last year, which is like also saying that I'm really not a good Netflix subscriber, that I'm just giving them money. But there are, like, Pluto is an anime that I plan on watching. I also have rewatched some animes. I was watching Hunter... I can't hear that. Hi, Armadillo. How's it going? I'm going to go reload the sound effects because I didn't hear that. Sound alerts. Where's the sound alert? There it is. What was I talking about? Hunter x Hunter. I started rewatching Hunter x Hunter on Netflix, and then I realized that YouTube is better because you can increase the playback speed. Because Hunter x Hunter is one of those like shows that just I've already seen it, and so like I don't remember like a lot of the details or the emotional moments. Like I remember the best moments, but like
release the Kraken.
They kind of No Face, thank you for the resub for 48 months. I was supposed to plan a 4-year celebration. I have been streaming for 4 flippin' years. What the fripp? Mods, we need to have a discussion after this. I need help. I need help with that. Thank you, Musa. Yeah, Hunter x Hunter is one of those shows that it's just like I watch it in subtitles, and so like in Japanese, so like having it sped up, they have lots of like suspenseful pauses, and they also have like the fillers are less filler. The filler episodes are not really filler episodes. They're just kind of like slow down. And they like, I feel like Hunter x Hunter was really good at that. Like they don't really have fillers that I remember, at least. But then they'll add things to episodes like cerebral parts. They're like, oh no, we have to worry about this, and then they explain it, and then there's this narrator who talks to you, and the narrator's explaining how everybody's feeling, and it's like, well, that saves on voice acting costs, but it's like in some places it's very impactful, but in other places it's like, okay, I want it to move on now. So YouTube has Hunter x Hunter, like if you look up the playlist for Viz Media, I think, I don't remember. Anyway, they have it for free online. Maybe it's for premium. It might be YouTube Premium, but you can speed that up to 2x, and that is how I've been watching Hunter x Hunter. It's really great. Severance is about this workplace where when you go into it, you effectively have a new personality that can't remember anything from the outside. They're doing something mysterious as hell in the workplace, and it's a big dive into that conspiracy. Okay, that has I can't remember the lady that I recognize. I can't remember what her name is, but I can see her face. Also, the guy from Community. No, it wasn't Community. It was Parks and Rec. The guy who dates Leslie, what's her name? Like later in the show. Spoilers, by the way, for Parks and Rec, which is a 10-year-old plus show. Yeah, thanks, Invalid. Mods, execute this man. Mods, throw this person a birthday party. I have the YouTube extension that lets me watch at 3x or higher. People are too slow. Yeah, you can watch 3x or higher with the app, the Android app. Yeah, like I said, I'm slow today. I'm like coming off of work. There's an unfinished problem that I wanted to work late on, and I was like, I'm not going to skip stream to work extra hours on a thing that it does not have a deadline at the moment. I mean, it does. It's like blocking. It's a blocking issue. And I'm not going to say anything more beyond that, but it's like something that I've been working on and frustrated, and I was blocked for 3 days, and now we have a solution, and I'm like, I need to like take a break. And now I'm like trying to come off that. So Ben Stiller produced Severance? Interesting. I didn't really have an opinion about Ben Stiller. I actually didn't really like him that much. Not that you need to like an actor or anything, but like I wasn't that into like Ben Stiller and the movies that he was in, like Meet the Fockers and, you know, Night at the Museum 1 was fine and I watched it, but I didn't care about the rest. Those are the only Ben Stiller movies that I remember recently, but then I found out that he directed a bunch of movies that were like cool, and I was like, those are either good movies or I think that they're good movies and I maybe don't want to watch them. But yeah, Ben Stiller's a director. Interesting. Don't hate it. Community was such an underrated show, but should have ended after like 4 seasons. Oh, that's good to know. I just love it because of the walking in the room, the room on fire with pizza in hand. Yeah. Mr. Moneybags over here. Why am I Mr. Moneybags? Was it me? Am I the Moneybags? He's overrated as an actor, but he's produced some good shows. Yeah. I could see that. I don't think he's overrated for me because I don't rate him very high. I think I know what you mean though. A lot of people do rate him pretty highly. That episode was peak comedy, yeah. $3x speed is premium only. Oh yeah. I mean, okay, so here's the thing. I feel like the amount of this is not an advertisement for YouTube Premium, but the amount of life enrichment I've gotten out of not having to watch ads, not being interrupted ads, not being assailed by ads, not being intruded upon by ads, not being sniped by ads, not being injected into by ads and their ideas and their fucking like buy this, know about this, do this, didn't you know that this is bad and you need this? Like, fuck all that. I fucking hate ads, guys. And I realize the irony of being a content creator and hating ads as much as I do, but it's worth it to pay the premium. You know, that's like cheaper than a Netflix subscription. And YouTube is... I watch YouTube 1,000 times more than Netflix. Nice, Malorium. That is my brain state today. Welcome in. I always like contributing to the overall scent of a room as I enter. I definitely suffered from we have good thing here, let's milk it till it's dead. Yeah. With community. I hate ads too, I only do ad free. Yeah. I love the mental cringe every time I was Prime on my phone and get hit by ads and I was like, oh, not on my PC. Oh, got it. Watch Prime. Got it. Yeah, I tried using Prime. I don't know. I watched half of the Fallout series. I just didn't care about it anymore. I also was on a trip, like I was seeing family, and so I watched a bit of it, mostly on the plane flight, but by the time I got to watching it on the plane flight back, I was like, I don't know that I care about watching the rest of this, so I stopped. I haven't finished either. I just don't, I mean, I'll be honest, like, if you love it, and I love what it's done for Fallout, like as a series and a game like a game franchise, I just don't think the characters are that interesting. Like, I want to say Finn because that's who he reminds me of, but the Brotherhood of Steel deserter, his name is not Finn from Star Wars. He's like, I don't agree with any of his decision making, and I can't relate to him, and so I'm like, eh. And then the main character girl, and I don't remember her name. I think her actor's name is Elizabeth, but I don't know. I don't know what it was. Just the writing didn't it didn't grip me. He's a true idiot. Yes. His charisma stat, or both charisma and intelligence stats are low. And I saw people talking about it. I was like, I agree with that. It's just hard to watch. Feels kind of weird to say, but one of the most dystopian things in me in Cyberpunk 2077 was the constant onslaught of advertisements literally everywhere, even in your own home. They did a good job at that, because I didn't have a reaction to those ads. I think also, like, I knew that I could go like disable them with mods or like myself if I needed to. Speaking of mods, I actually, like, Saturday and Sunday went on a binge of like building a mod for Oblivion because I wanted to calculate alchemy recipes without having to do the work of finding, like, right now, I guess I can show you guys in the game, but like I basically went through and calculated what are the possible recipes with the ingredients that you have, with the intended effects and without the the negative effects, or like filtering out the effects you don't want, positive or negative. And I went and did that, but then I went to go integrate it in the game, and I was like, one, the EULA, you will break the EULA if you install mods in your game. So I was like, okay, well, what if I built the mod for Old Oblivion, and then it breaks down from there, because like not all mods for Old Oblivion work with New Oblivion, and I would have to iterate and kind of test it out to, like, if I did that, if I built it with Old Oblivion, I would still need to install it at some point. So I was like, well, what if I wanted to make like a website? Well, that would be okay. I've got the logic down. I just need to build the wrapper and serve it, make buttons for it. And then I was like, yeah, but I'd have to do that. And so I didn't. So it was a thing. There are so many mods for New Oblivion already. Yeah, I actually was considering, honestly, if I didn't work right up until stream, I was planning on recording a video during stream today about be careful with mods, because the EULA, it is against the EULA to install mods. And if you do, it is a contract, it is a breach of contract between you and Bethesda. And there are a couple things that you now have liability for. One is they can sue you or force you into arbitration, which this is not what they would do. This is what they could do based on the EULA. Because the EULA is a contract, and when you click accept when you play the game, you are agreeing to that contract. And they also can make you pay for their lawyers if they do take you to arbitration. And they can revoke your license, so you could just at the very least lose your copy of Oblivion that you just paid $60 for. So like, or maybe it was $50, I don't remember. So yeah, that's like something you should know going into installing mods. And I see a lot of people talking about mods. I don't see anybody talking about the EULA. I just see people, I did a couple searches, and I also saw like Oblivion chatter online, and everybody's just talking about Bethesda's official stance is they don't support mods, but that's not what the EULA says. The EULA says no, you cannot install mods. If you do, here are all the remedies. And if you breach a contract, the remedy should be defined in the contract of like what happens if they breach a contract. What you get should be clear. If you breach the contract, what they get should be clear. And it is not as clear as I would want it to be, but those things are it didn't present the EULA to you when you installed it and launched it off Game Pass. Interesting. Weird. Maybe that's a Steam thing. I'm really surprised no one seems to be talking about it. People have absolutely lost their minds over lesser clauses and EULAs for less anticipated games. Yeah. I think everybody that would care about it are just playing. And they didn't even think about it because all of the other games are EULA, are mod friendly. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll actually just say that. Maybe it'll just make it a short. Nope, I don't care. Not right now. At this moment, I do not care. Why don't we jump into some Oblivion? I want to play. I have kind of been zombie moding it. It's been my super chill game to watch YouTube in the background, like on a different screen, and just play. And I've been saving the Arcane University quest for today, so let's play that. But I kind of went hog wild, and I have like 80k gold now, I think. And yeah, I've like increased. I've got I think 3 or 4 levels higher gear than I had before. I also enchanted everything. I made a bunch of spells. They're not the best spells, but yeah, I actually probably need to make more spells, but I don't want to do that today. So I'd say don't go broadcasting you're using mods. You should be fine. It's like, don't stream with mods. Yeah, I'm I'm not too worried about it. I think just in general, my like legal opinion on things for myself, by the way, this is not legal advice, is to not tempt fate or be beyond reproach is how I call it, how I say it. You know, and since it'd be very easy for them to just, if they don't have it already, just add a line of analytics in their in the next patch to just throws out, like, unless I like actually unless I actually like do some kind of PF sense traffic filtering to like block unrequest or disallowed communications from my machine or my network outbound, like I don't know. I'm just gonna abstain for now. I'd rather make a video about it and like tell people and get a conversation started. At the moment, I might get the itch. Remember when a chunk of the internet was ready to start a riot over Once Humans EULA talking about photo IDs, and it turns out it was only in there for countries where the government requires that of game companies? Yeah, that was pretty dumb. I've stopped playing the OG when I filled a house with duped cheese and other doodads and nearly bricked the safe. Nice. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Let's get in. Okay. So, I have done a bit. First of all, I look like a... I don't know. All the words that came to mind were like boomer words that are probably not very edifying, let's put it that way. Wait, is a fruit an offensive term? I look like a peach, let's put it that way. I look silly. I don't like how my character looks. Well, that's okay. But I made a bunch of enchanted stuff. You can see I didn't really care about it. Elven hands, elven step. Like, I don't really care. I'm gonna get rid of elven stuff eventually. I have not gotten rid of elven stuff yet. I have glass gloves that I named Glass Effect, which I liked, like Mass Effect. Mage Finger. Magician's Finger, if there's a difference. Mage's Bulwark is also a pretty dumb name. This one I got from somewhere. Professional Glass is like, hello.
Finally.
I wasn't looking at myself. What's up? You want salmon? Salmon? Okay. Salmon. Speaking of salmon, have you guys ever seen Poisson Steve on the internet? That's like one of my favorite things right now. I'm not like watching it. I'm not like getting obsessed with it or anything, but like every time I see it on the internet, I'm like, yeah, I like that. Steve le Poisson Steve. Les oranges. What am I doing? That's what I'm doing. One moment, please. Almost done. Wah, 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 wah. Done. Okay. You look like a level 10 paladin from WoW. Yeah. I'm concerned about the color of the peaches you're apparently eating. I mean, it's not a peach I would eat. I mean, clown. Yeah, I look like a clown right now. For sure. In-game. In Minecraft. This isn't Star Wars music? No, but that would be pretty kick-ass. I was actually talking to somebody about Star Wars the other day. and he kind of got me into a rant on Star Wars, because like I am not a hardcore toxic Star Wars fan. I just fucking love Star Wars, and to me, Disney has killed Star Wars, and that sounds like a toxic Star Wars fan take, but like it's just the feeling, and that's as far as I'll go. Is like the feeling of Star Wars, Disney Star Wars, just isn't respectful of the lore. Like, I love expanded universe, even though it's very inconsistent at times. I just realized I went on a tangent from just one mention of Star Wars. What? Naked Racing, I'm sorry. We're gonna have to fix that TTS issue. At least Kennedy is out? Oh, really? Really? That's interesting. I don't know that it changes anything for me. Like, we were talking about it, and he's like, well, why don't you like Mandalorian? And I was like, well, okay. Everybody tells me Mandalorian is really good. And I went and watched like the first couple episodes of Mandalorian. Actually, no, I didn't even get past the first episode. It just feels like Disney. It feels like the people that decided what happens in the story and approved every scene and approved the characters and I obviously didn't watch it very much, so like don't take this as like a definitive I have a well-balanced opinion because I watched it all and I can say that. It's like, no, I just got a bad vibe from it. It just feels like Disney's holding the vibes and lore of Star Wars hostage, and I cannot enjoy anything that feels like Disney Star Wars. Because they can they can change literally, and even if it's good, even if it's like referencing old Star Wars stuff, even if it's like rebuilding the lore based off of expanded universe stuff, you know, like Andor is supposedly doing, and you know, freaking like Han Solo was relatively respectful to the lore, like relatively, like it still feels like it's being held hostage, and so it's like they could change any of this shit by getting another Rian Johnson or another fucking guy that made Super 8 that I can never remember. Abrams. Like someone could just be brought in and then they could fucking fuck it all up. And I'm like, I don't care about it. I cannot care about it. You like Andor? Okay. A lot of people said she was the one killing a lot of it. Well, okay. Sure. I'm open. I consider myself willing to be open. Let's put it that way. I like liking things. And I do not dislike Disney Star Wars on the principle of the thing. Well, maybe principle of the thing is not a good way to put it. But I don't dislike Disney Star Wars automatically. I dislike it because of the way it feels. Because I love Star Wars because of the way it makes me feel, right? The feeling of wonder and fantasy and the possibilities. You mix the vast potential that is the universe and the galaxy, and like traveling to unexplored worlds, finding out interesting alien species, like all the things that you get with Star Trek and like other sci-fi as a genre. Combine that with the magic and potential of the Force, right? And you have the Jedi, and the Jedi are consistent for the most part. Like, you know, it's like this pseudo-religious kind of thing. I mean, they in the lore they say the Force, or it's the Jedi religion or whatever, right? You know, it's very potent, and it works together, and it makes it feel mysterious and magical, and like you can't know everything, and everybody that, and this is kind of repeating my point earlier, but everything made by the authors, you know, the people that made bad Star Wars expanded universe content, like the freaking comics that Episode 9 was based off of, where Palpatine returns, right? At least they explained it in the comics, but it was bad. Like, if you read those comics, it's bad. It's not a good story. It undermines, it does all the things that bringing Palpatine back does to this whole story of Skywalkers, where Vader is redeemed, and, you know, the impact of, like, sacrificing himself after, you know, decades of freaking selfishness and Sith, buying into the Sith life and the dark side and all that. Like, his redemption is, like, very powerful, and then you fuck it all up by bringing Palpatine back. Hey, Chew Donkey, we're talking about Star Wars. I forgot where I was going with that rant. That's okay.
Questions?
I need to go to the Arcane Universities, so let's do that. There are better Palpatine return stories in the EU. Yes, I actually haven't read or seen any of those. I just remember the comic book. Like, I was at... Actually, Click Clack had the comics. Like, Click Clack Clout had the comics. I found them on his shelf, and I went... You know, because it's funny. I was the early riser. He would sleep in when we were, like, 12 or 14 or whatever. And so I would, like, play games on his consoles, because I didn't have consoles that, you know, back then. And so I played, like, Wind Waker entirely in the hours of, like, 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. when he woke up over time. But I also read those comics. Disney ruins everything. Even ESPN sucks now. They own ESPN? There's a book storyline where he has a planet where he had clones, but so much better than movie. Okay.
Hello,
That's essentially the comic books.
Greetings and salutations.
Although, I think he goes to, like, the center of the universe or something, or like, the Starforge. No, the Starforge wasn't Palpatine, but it was some kind of thing where he, like, emerges and like, he's got clones, and every time you kill him, he comes back in another clone. I don't know. Yeah. Hello.
Hello, Associate. It seems you've obtained the final recommendation you required. He's that Imperial chasing a...
Recommendation.
I have received recommendations from all the local guild halls in Cyrodiil. You've done well for yourself.
What are you looking at,
You
dude?
may now enter the university. As a full-fledged member of the Mages Guild, I now also promote you to the rank of apprentice and grant you the robe of the apprentice.
I
Take
wasn't
a
an
moment
apprentice
to try
before.
it on. Then we shall speak of what comes next for you.
Oh.
How goes it?
Good afternoon. Slash and smash. Doesn't the name say it all?
What? I wasn't an apprentice before? Wow, that really sucks. It's not worth anything either. Let's actually...
You have, no doubt,
Crap.
seen some of the worst the guild has to offer. As much as we try to hold mages to a higher standard, they
He's
are
so angry.
only human. What I hope you will now see is that while the guild can be disjointed and misused, it can also achieve some wonderful things.
Who's this dude?
Now you have an opportunity to engage in more meaningful tasks and continue with your advancement through the guild.
Okay. Well,
Please,
first, let's...
go on.
Oh, nope, he likes me already. Okay. Starforge was Revan. Yes, I did know it was Revan. I just didn't remember if it was, like, something that they used in addition. I don't know. Drew Karpyshyn wrote the Revan series, right? With BioWare. And then he wrote the Bane trilogy afterwards. Or not the Revan series, the Revan, like, story. Darth Revan story. I think. But I wasn't sure if Drew Karpyshyn or whoever wrote Darth Revan built on something that existed before. My giant, I'm actually sitting on a bench. I accidentally walked onto it, and now he's looking up at me.
You do not yet qualify for further...
What are you talking about?
Before you can begin work, every mage carries a staff.
You need a staff.
The wood used for staves comes from a grove to the northeast of the Imperial City, near Wellspring Cave. Several mages tend to the grove and should be able to assist you.
Okay.
What can I interest you in?
Bound sword. Let's see. Pack mule. 150 points for 5 minutes. Not worth it. Fortify Magicka, though. No, I've got Magicka. Oh, silence. I want silence. Silence. Basically, I'm heal superior ones. I've got something better than that. I've already got paralyze. Oh, and invisibility. I want invisibility. I'm pretty sure I can't enchant things with invisibility, but I can find enchantments that
you shall have a true mage's staff soon.
Greetings, apprentice.
Wellspring Cave? Yeah. Not gonna lie, never liked the Revan books.
Ah, you must be the Arcane University's newest addition. This humble battle mage bids you welcome. Hail, citizen. I speak for the Emperor. Or, at least I did. Stay safe, citizen.
Thank you.
Dark time.
Ugh. I don't think I ever read the Revan books. Now that I think about it, I'm gonna have to check that out, because I don't know. I'll probably just end up rereading Bane trilogy and Thrawn trilogy. I haven't actually read. I've only read the Thrawn series once. I think I've read the Bane trilogy twice. Oh. 1 second. I ran out of disk space. I knew this was happening, and I forgot. Shit. The music's really, oh, shit. The music is very, fitting. Let's put it that way. Let's see. Everything from last year I have not cleaned up since... Well, I guess that makes sense. Since October.
Hello there.
Hello there, Dr. Phineas. How's it going? I really need to build my new file server. I bought a secondhand like enterprise workstation that has like a basically triple the PCIe bandwidth of a regular consumer motherboard. I just need to buy the storage, and storage is freaking expensive. So I need to buy that shit. Okay. The export or the disk savings has begun. I'm gonna keep playing because I don't need to record everything. But that's fine. It's going good. How is it going? I'm doing all right. I worked a lot this week. And I worked right up until stream started. So I'm a little bit coming down. I don't know. I'm feeling okay right now. It's still kind of like clogged in the head, but I got to take a break. I need to get another magnetic instead of whining about space. That's what I'm doing. I have a couple RAID arrays with like I think combined 35 terabytes of storage, and I would like to double that because I save every stream. And no, I'm not going to delete my streams. Have you read the Tarkin Plagueis books? No, I have not. Musa, would you do me a favor and post that in like the books channel? Because I would like to come back to that, and I keep on hearing about the Plagueis books, and I keep forgetting about them. I thought I had a lot. Yeah. I mean, I have every stream, including the streams that I did when I played Destiny, and I also used to record, like basically I practiced streaming without actually streaming. But I recorded like raid night Thursdays in Destiny the game. I've got lots of data. And I'm eventually going to do stuff with it. Maybe train some AI models. We'll see. Okay.